is The Locker Room on News 3.
Welcome inside our award-winning Locker Room show, sponsored by your Hampton Roads Chevy dealers. We are just about 12 hours away from the start of high school football state championship games, with 3 squads from our area playing for titles, and one of them is on the hunt for their 2nd straight ring. The defending Class 6 champ, Oscar Smith, faces Madison in a game that could also mark some VHSL history. Never before has a team won 2 football state titles in a single calendar year. But because the 2020 season took place in the spring, Oscar Smith has a chance to become the first team to win 2 championships within a 12-month span.
That's never been done before, ever in history, so that'd be great for us to do that. Everybody amped up, everybody ready to play. I know people nervous, but whenever it's game time, it's time to go.
A win by the Tigers would also mark the first time since way back in 1946 that a 7-5-7 team has gone back-to-back. It was Granby to last accomplish the feat. Oscar Smith's title game takes place tomorrow at noon inside ODU's SV Ballard Stadium. And following that matchup will be the Class 5 championship between MAURY and Stonebridge. Now we're going to take a little walk down Commodore's memory lane to 2019. History was made when MAURY won its first championship in 80 years. After beating none other than tomorrow's opponent, Stonebridge. So safe to say that the Bulldogs are hungry for some revenge come tomorrow afternoon.
They got beat last time they played us, so I expect them to want revenge and, and come with that chip on their shoulder. But, we're here too. We have a chip on our shoulder. We didn't make it last year, and we're not scared of any team. And, they just happen to be a team that's in the state championship. We're excited about the opportunity, and so are they.
The Commodores' chance to win their 2nd state title in 3 seasons begins at 4:30 tomorrow afternoon. Last but not least, Phoebus faces Liberty Christian in the Class 3 championship, and a win would give the Phantoms their 8th state title in 20 years. Head coach Jeremy Blunt is very familiar with the school's rich history of winning. In fact, he was on the 2001 squad that won the Phantoms' first ever state title. And while he's also been a part of Phoebus championship teams as an assistant coach, he's looking for his first title as a head coach tomorrow afternoon.
20 years ago, my senior year, we were able to win a state championship, and it's 20 years later. These young men put a goal in place and they're fighting for it right now. I just love seeing these guys smile and run around and feel this buzz right now. I think the community, they have been awesome all year, nothing but support, and I'm excited that we give them an opportunity to come and celebrate with us at Liberty.
Tomorrow's Class 3 championship at Liberty University gets underway at 4:30 p.m. We're going to take a quick break, but still ahead, we are just a day away from the Army-Navy game. We're going to have more on that matchup when the Locker Room returns. Welcome back inside our award-winning Locker Room show, sponsored by your Hampton Roads Chevy dealers. We have almost made it to a huge rivalry game day because once the clock hits midnight, Saturday is here, and it is time for the Army-Navy game. Tomorrow marks the 122nd time the Black Knights and Midshipmen face off. It is a matchup that has Army favored, but when it comes to rivalries, all bets are off, and it is anybody's game. The Black Knights are headed to the Armed Forces Bowl in 2 weeks, where they will face Missouri, but for 3-8 Navy, Saturday will mark their final contest of the season. You will be able to watch the game live right here on News 3 at 3 p.m. Now, tomorrow's game will also see both sides pause to honor a fallen hero. After being injured during a fast rope training exercise over the weekend, SEAL Team 8 Commander Brian Bourgeois passed away this week. He's a former Naval Academy football player, graduating from the school in 2006, and will be honored by the midshipmen during tomorrow's game. The Navy football team typically takes the field with the traditional American, Navy, and Marine Corps flags, and tomorrow they will also include a SEAL Team 8 flag. Bourgeois will also be honored on the sideline with a number 13 jersey, the number he wore during his time as a midshipman.
Certainly a great leader. You don't do what he was doing in the SEAL team community at the age of 43 if you're not doing something special. Just a tremendous loss, not only to the Navy football family, but to our armed forces, because we know how important and how special those SEAL team members are and what they're asked to do each day, protecting our freedom.
Still ahead, Virginia football has officially named its new head football coach, and he's bringing a lot of winning experience with him. More on that after the break. Welcome back inside our award-winning locker room show, sponsored by your Hampton Roads Chevy dealers. Today, the University of Virginia officially finds its new head football coach. The Cavaliers named Tony Elliott, Clemson's former assistant head coach and offensive coordinator, their new bench boss. Elliott spent the past 11 seasons with the Tigers as part of Dabo Swinney's staff. Now, he's a guy who has been heavily sought after in recent years for head coaching positions. And if you kept up to date with UVA's coaching search on social media, many feared that the Who's were the latest team to be turned down. But after being pursued by Duke the past couple weeks as well, Elliott chose Virginia as the place he would take his first head coaching gig. Clemson head coach Dabo Swinney addresses the departure of his OC today, saying it's good to see him move on and sad to see him move on. Swinney says that it is a blessing because he knows that Elliott will be able to accomplish a lot at UVA. Swinney also adds that the young men at UVA will be blessed by their new coach. Elliott will officially be announced as UVA's head coach in a press conference next week, and certainly brings a lot of winning experience with him, with all the winning that he did over at Clemson during those Trevor Lawrence days. And head coach Ricky Ronnie here at ODU also addressed head coaching in the state of Virginia. He mentioned that now with Virginia Tech and UVA having new head coaches, even though he's just been around for a season, he's now one of the older guys to be around in the state. Now that does it for this edition of our award-winning Locker Room show. If you joined us late, you will be able to catch the entire program on the sports page of WTKR.com.